People are figuring out how to jailbreak a Tesla Model 3 to add 150 horsepower.
I don't mind people messing around and jailbreaking an iPhone. Boy, I don't think I'd do anything to void my warranty on a vehicle or something that's going to kill me.
Hi, this is David with EV World News, and I'm pleased to announce we went out and hunted and recaptured Mike Herzog. He's back with us today. How's it going, Mike?
I'm back, David. Been out in the field for a while, but I've returned to my beautiful, spacious fluorescent light office.
All right, so let's talk about people are figuring out how to jailbreak a Tesla Model 3 to add 150 horsepower. And it's not that you can't get a lot of horsepower already, especially if you've got the tri-motor version or whatever the performance.
That's like I don't want to say why, because you can, or people want to try, and that's why. But at the end of the day, like pretty quick car, got a little bit of pickup there. It's pretty fast, powerful automobile. I mean, what else do you want?
You got to expect somebody to do it, right? While a tuning scene around EVs has existed for some time now, it's largely focused on suspension, braking, and aesthetic modifications. EVs are inherently tricky to modify, and due to several reasons. The first, that the extra power usually doesn't come at a huge cost to manufacturers. There are no emissions targets to meet, so it's not uncommon for OEMs to throw everything at the wall because horsepower sells. The only real way of increasing EV horsepower is to throw more current at the motors, and this can be risky and also quite possibly just fruitless in general. It may not actually do anything. Components from wiring to inverters might not actually be able to handle the extra juice, and output is ultimately capped at what the inverters can handle. This is why horsepower upgrades for first-generation Nissan Leafs involve swapping in the inverter from a second-generation model. Interesting. I didn't know people were doing that either with the Leafs.
I hadn't heard about that before. But it makes, it's like with anything else. I mean, it's a designed process. There's going to be a limiting factor somewhere. So even if you can get in the software, you can get in the firmware and say, okay, ramp it up, there's going to be a choke point, somewhere down the line in a system. And, what can you actually get out of it? I don't mind people messing around and jailbreaking an iPhone, or whatever in there. But boy, I don't think I'd do anything to void my warranty on a vehicle, or something that's going to kill me, if I get it wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure these people know what they're doing. So there's this company called EngineX. So it's a Quebec-based EV recycler parts company, and also they're in the tuning cars. In between breaking down salvaged EVs for parts and swapping Chevy Bolt powertrains into airport tugs, the firm cranks out a line of impressive plug-and-play piggyback controllers for Tesla Model 3 and Y vehicles that promise meaningful horsepower gains and a whole bunch of other perks. I don't know what the other perks could be. If you have a standard range Model 3, it has what's called a 980 motor. They sell a module called the Boost SR, which adds 50 horsepower, drift mode, and plug-and-play installation for about $800. You need the motor installed from the factory to make this work. That's a pretty strong value proposition. It's got a couple of other possibilities. They have a similar deal if you have a 60.5 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate battery pack in the Model 3 Standard Range Plus with the 980 or 4DI or 4D1 motor. It's also an $800 Boost product. Doesn't add any body features like heated rear seat controls, but it offers 50 extra horsepower, regenerative braking control, drift mode, and the ability to hard reset the car.
Cool. Yeah, that's
For dual motor owners, there's a $1,000 Boost 50. It's not compatible with the 4680 battery pack or Tesla's own acceleration boost, but it adds 50 to a Model 3 dual motor long range or Model Y dual motor long range. Let's see where it gets to the 150 horsepower, though. That's what everybody really wants to know about. With the Boost 50, the dual motor goes 0 to 60 in 4.22. Oh, without it, it goes 0 to 60 in 4.22. It drops to 3.61, 0.6 of a second. Pretty big change.
I'm just sitting here laughing and smiling because I've never been a car guy or somebody who likes to tinker and fine tune and change out this piece of equipment, to get an extra half second or a couple horsepower here and there and what it looks like. So it's fun. People are like, okay, you figuratively like pull back the hood on this thing and change stuff out and actually get down to the electronic components that are controlling all of it. That's neat for me. I don't.
So EngineX makes one called the Ghost module. It requires a Model 3 or Model Y dual motor long range with either a 980 or 4DI or 4D1 rear motor, because the motor shared with the performance models. The module promises to turn a regular Model 3 or Y into the performance trim, unlocking an extra 150 horsepower, a track mode, and all the equipment perks that the Boost 50 offered. At $1,500, this one's $1,500, and it's way less expensive than upgrading to the performance on either version. So it's a $1,500 upgrade basically to that phase. Yeah, it's just crazy to think of what people may do with this. I assume you'd probably do this when it's not under warranty anymore. You've had it a few years, buy a depreciated one.
Right. I mean, 5-10-year-old people and a car you tinker with, somebody you want to mess around with and replace out. Because that's been such a issue just in a lot of industries as everything's gone digital and everything's kind of gone solid state electronics, the ability to fix your stuff. I know it was a huge deal with like John Deere, when combines became so technologically advanced and had chips you had to change out in programming, that a lot of the farmers are like, well, I used to do my own maintenance and now I can't anymore. And that was a big deal to people. Like, what do you mean I can't take it apart myself? Like, nope, it's all under contract warranty, and this is what it looks like.
Yeah, well, the article went on to recommend that you pick up a sub $20,000 Model 3, dual motor or Model Y, and then add the $1,500 to make it a performance model and give it that. It's like, well, yeah, that makes sense here. It's a challenge to find one that cheap unless it's got over 100,000 miles, especially on a Model Y.
So you're out of warranty, out of spec. I'll like just go play with it.
Maybe. I mean, the Model Y, if you have the long range, the warranty is at least 120,000 miles on both. So you got to get past 120,000 miles before so you could be out of warranty.
Okay, I was thinking 100, but 120. Okay,
it's 100 on the standard range.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Hi, I'm David with EV World News. If you like this video, then please press the like button. If you like the content and would like to see more videos on electric vehicles, then please hit the subscribe button. If you have some feedback for us, please let us know in the comments. Have a great day.